Hello happy people, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm WordPress Major, and if this is not your first time, welcome back. In the last video I showed you how you can incur your styles and script. We incurred one script which was our bootstrap. I've went ahead and incurred all our script and also added all our CSS style. So right now this is how our project look like. I must clarify something. So some of you might have wondered how I've added this. So remember, we have exported many files into our theme. One of the files that we exported was index.html. So if you remember the file, the HTML file that we exported here, one of them was this, which is index.html. So what I did, I went and renamed the file index.php. And towards the end of part 3 video, I showed you how I've added this script or how I've added this code. So I just went ahead and add this code and rename index.php, the code or the file that came with our starter theme. Hence our website look like this. But if I go back and rename this, let me rename this old, or in fact let me rename it new, and go back and rename this as it was. So it was index.php, and if we refresh our website, this is how our website looked like. I want to use the template, or I want to use the index.html, which I now rename into index.php. So I want to use this file so that we can see how our project takes shape. So allow me to rename this into old and rename this into new. In fact, this will be index.php so that WordPress will be able to read. So let's go back. I hope I saved. Yes, I did save. In our last video, I asked you to go and add all your scripts which are under functions.php. So I've asked you to go and add all your scripts. So this is how I added my script. But if you can look at our site, you can see that the slider are not working. This part is not working. And also even here on our popular classes, we had a slider. So if you can look at the old one, we had this section that is not working. That's because our website does not read our JavaScript, and to make our website read JavaScript, we'll need to add a bit of code into that file. So we'll need to add a code into this file. Remember, we added this code get header. So if we go towards the bottom of this file, let me go there. Before the closing of body and HTML, if we come here and add a code, and that code is called PHP get footer. This is a function that comes with WordPress, and then we close there, and then we review. We expect our style to work, or our JavaScript to work. Alright, so now we can see that our sliders are working. So as you can see here, we have this navigation or buttons, and then that part now it's here. That code make WordPress to load JavaScript. So remember, this doesn't work because this is HTML way of adding script. So I just remove it because it doesn't work. So I will save that. So let's go back. Alright, so as you can see, our theme has like two menus. It's just then you can't see the navigation here, but it's there. So it has two navigation. Oh well, there's one page which has been loaded. So this, it's loaded on our index.php, and we need to add the header and the footer the right way. So let's go back to our project and let's start with the header. So if we go up, start from the header, you can see here is the start of the header. So I'll collapse this, and then that is the end of the header. So if we copy everything between this, in fact let us cut this. So I'll cut everything. We go back to a file that's called header.php. So I'll open it here, and you can see that we have the start of the header here and also the end of the header. So I'm going to paste my header just below this. Okay, so there we go. So let me save this and also save here, and let's go back and review. All right, so there we go. We still have our header, even though we remove it from our index file. So we remove the header from here, but we still have the header under header.php. So I want to remove this header that came with WordPress, but I need one code. So this PHP code I need, because this code control our logo. So I'm going to copy this code and then remove everything from here. And now if I refresh this and then we go back to our project, this will be gone. So you see our logo is gone, and then but we still have the header. So now I want to add that code on the header so that it can show the header. So I'm going back to add the logo on the header, or the code where the logo is. So our logo is supposed to be here. So I'm going to replace that code with this one, and then I'll just indent it. And then if we save, I'm expecting to see our logo back on our site. So I'll refresh. So there we go, we have a logo. So everything, it's lined up smoothly. Right now I'd like us to look at the footer, because in this way, by adding our header on header.php, we are telling WordPress to load this header on every page that we'll add on WordPress. So before we look at the footer, I would like us to go and display all our images from our index file. So if we look at this file index.php, everywhere where there's this code that says img, this HTML code, we need to add PHP code before the source. So here we need to tell WordPress to go and look at this file. So everywhere where there's an image, we need to go and add the following code. So I'm going to add this here and there. So you open PHP, so it's going to be PHP, and remember the constant that we defined earlier, that we defined in the last video, and that constant was theme URL, and then add /, and then we added a new folder called assets. This is where our image are, and then you need to point where your images are, and then you need to go towards the end of this code, and then you close your PHP. So if we close your PHP like this, and then on this side it's not, for some reason the code closed somewhere wrong. Alright, so this is a code that you add. You open your PHP, and then the constant that we define, and then you give it the path. So this was the path. We added assets. So our images are here on images, or img, and then the name of the image that you want. And let us do the same on the next slider, which is this one. So I'll put my cursor here and there, and we open PHP, and then we add our constant, and then comma, and then we tell WordPress where to look. Remember, it's on assets, and then we give it a right path, and then we close PHP. So this is the right path of our file. So I'm gonna save this, and then if we refresh here, we're gonna see our images. Okay, it seems like we did something wrong. So let's go back to our code, and check what we did wrong here. So I can see that we might have left this semicolon. So let me add semicolon here, and then let's go up. We forgot to add the command called echo. So we need to add that command in front of this. We need to tell WordPress to echo our code or our images in this case. So if we add echo before here, so I'll say echo, and then if we save this, go back and then refresh, there we go. So our images are now showing. All right, so lastly, let us go to footer, and then under footer I'll just go here, and then we need to export all our codes or all codes from the template to our WordPress footer template. So right here we need to copy everything from here to there, and then in this case I'll leave this because this called the footer, and then we go to the file called footer.php. Where is that? Is this one. And from this file I'm going to delete everything to this point and then replace with our clipboard. Then now if we go back and then save this, even on this side we save that and refresh, I'm expecting to see the same results. It's our footer. So but in this case our footer shows everywhere. So on all pages, on all WordPress pages, our footer will show. So go ahead, I've showed you how to add that code for images. So go ahead and replace all your images with that code, with this code. So it just echo and then our constant, which we defined in the last video, and then you give it a path. So that's how you add footer and images and also at the header. In the next video we are going to work with ACF Pro and also adding all our sliders. So I'll see you in the next video.